Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back with some more Star Wars The Old Republic, and today we're heading to the new planet of Makeb from Rise of the Hutt Cartel, their latest expansion, and I'm on my level 50 Trooper Commando, of course. Look at my armor, it's fantastic, isn't it? Actually, this is probably the only decent armor I've been able to really put together within this game. I think a lot of it looks kind of weak, considering all the potential they do have in regards to creating cool-looking trooper armor, but hopefully we'll get some better results in the future. But for now, let's begin our new quest.
Most cordial greetings. I am Zan Thrilo, Republic Protocol Officer. Welcome to Makeb and Keylander Station. Please hold all questions. Supreme Chancellor Suresh and her delegation are arriving.
Everyone, this brave soldier assumed command of Havoc Squad in its darkest hour, and led it to many victories. I regret that such heroism must remain classified.
Havoc Squad doesn't ask for fame, Madam Chancellor. It's enough for us to know the Republic is safe.
I want the galaxy to know you're a hero. People need them, especially now. Victory over the Empire lies within our grasp. But first, we must face a cowardly act of unwarranted aggression. Supreme Commander Malcolm.
13 days ago, the Hutt Cartel violated Republic space and seized the planet Makeb. They've blockaded the system with 30 Ajur-class heavy cruisers.
Makeb's citizens have formally pledged to join the Republic if we respond to their crisis. We will not abandon them to the Hutt's brutality.
Invading a planet is way beyond casinos and spice smuggling. The slugs have upped their game.
The Hutts haven't organized a military operation of this scale for millennia, and I want it to stay that way.
Severe atmospheric conditions on Makeb make large-scale troop landings impossible. We need help from local resistance forces to pull this off.
One of Makeb's business leaders, Shalem Avesta, is awaiting you on the surface. I want you working closely with him.
Can we count on all the locals for backup, or is Shalem the exception?
The citizens are ill-equipped for armed assistance. They'll mostly provide enemy intelligence. Liberating Makeb is your top priority, but I want the Hutt's ambitions ended permanently. Grandmaster Satil Shan has insight regarding our enemy's future plans.
The Jedi Council has meditated on the cartel's actions. We believe that Makeb is a staging point for a larger attack on the entire galaxy.
The Hutts will not be allowed to expand their dominion at our expense.
It's always an honor to face down the enemies of the Republic, Madam Chancellor.
When our enemy realizes who they're facing, I predict a hasty retreat. A shuttle will transport you to Shalem Avesta's encampment on the surface. Go now, and show the galaxy the Republic is not to be trifled with.
All right. Well, this could be interesting. I will say that having played the Trooper for 50 levels, the storyline tends to drop off towards the end. It really starts out quite amazing, and then just later on the chapters seem to, I don't know, just get a bit dull. And from what I hear, most people think that the Trooper storyline is kind of weak as well. But again, enjoyed the beginning. Just tends to fail a little bit later, so let's see where we're going to head out here. Nice thing about recording Star Wars is that I get to take a breather in regards to talking, I suppose, due to the dialogue scenes. Kind of nice, actually. Change of pace. But we'll see how far we can take this.
Kuya maya stupa bargo, unoa uyat yachanichu. Kava de chuba kojwanti ni tota. Uptola tupatwana dwana wanki slimo pod yukata janga. Ninga ninga, kitrita ni omni, tanu alau natun kitkutha.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Gorgeous planet, though, I'll tell you that. Okay. Ah, this is lovely with the giant spires. Always have to take some time to look around. I love exploring these worlds. Alara, get down from there. Get down. Okay. From what I can tell, they've done a lot with this planet. Everybody seems to think that it's quite polished in comparison to some of the others. Generally, I've found that you end up with really, really large worlds, which is nice. They're pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful. I guess that works. But they're so large, there's very little content. So you'll be driving around for 10, 15 minutes or more and then not see anything. So just kind of looking around here, scoping out the area. Take a look at our map, of course. Looks like we've got to head up here a little bit. I guess we'll take our little vehicle. Good ambience too. I always pay attention to the audio in the background. You get to hear all the wind and effects. We got here bank, cargo hold. We got everything we need over here as well. Alright, let's see what we got going on here.
Welcome, Major. I'm Shalem Avesta. The Supreme Chancellor pledged support, but the elite Havoc Squad? It's an honor. My family helped found Makeb. Avesta Mining has led our business council for decades. I was practically chief of state before the cartel's takeover. It wasn't an easy decision. But if joining the Republic is the only way to reclaim my home world's freedom, so be it.
You don't sound happy about this alliance. What made your decision to accept the Republic's help so difficult?
Makeb's been independent since our founding. It's always been part of our people's character. Ilosof is a former mercenary with the interstellar regulators. Until recently, Makeb's trusted private army and police force.
Quit when the regulators sold out to the Hutts. I don't betray a client for credits.
Exceptions like him notwithstanding. The cartel bought off the regulator forces and turned our former protectors against us.
A coup of this scale doesn't happen overnight. The Hutts must have had these mercenaries in their pockets for months.
Some regulators started doing side jobs for the cartel a while back. They're all in command positions now.
I still don't know why this has happened. We've conducted peaceful business with the Hutt Cartel for years.
What do we got going on here?
Casualty and damage reports coming in. Talau City got rattled pretty hard, but no injuries. Lucky.
That's the 5th groundquake since the Hutt's takeover. The last one leveled the Taigan mining colony. They're still pulling bodies from the rubble.
These groundquakes started after the Hutts invaded? Doesn't sound like a coincidence.
You aren't the first to voice that thought. My niece Lemda is a respected geophysicist. She joined our resistance to prove there's a link between the groundquakes and the Hutt's deep core mining.
She was taking seismic readings on a deserted mesa when a whole company of regulators swarmed in. We lost contact with her.
I sent search parties to bring Lemda back, but they aren't trained or equipped to fight a mercenary force of that size.
I have a feeling your niece discovered something, and the Hutts sent the regulators to stop her from getting away.
That's my fear as well.
Getting reports from our search parties. Dozens of regulators have pushed them back to the landing zone. We lose that, we'll never find Lemda.
We'll show those traitor mercenaries what real soldiers look like.
Don't underestimate them. A lot of regulators are ex-military.
Take my personal shuttle to Friend Mesa. Lane Farrow is our man at the landing zone.
Alright, what do we got here? Provided rewards. Select one. I think I'm good to go on weapons, so I'll just grab this for the time being. Some greaves there. Nothing special. Most of my gear is actually Let's see, what was it? Their mods are from the... It says Rakata, but it was from hitting 50 when they awarded you with a certain set. And I actually just took the mods out of that set because I found it to be quite hideous and put it into this armor because I like the way this stuff looks. Alright, so let's take a look at our map here. And what was this? PvP mission terminal. Not going to really worry about that for now. We can take the shuttle, which is over here. Just taking a quick look around again. It's interesting to see that we're on top of all these spires, I guess. Kind of creepy, but cool.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
Look at all the destinations.
This will help.
Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Heading out. Aw, it just zones you? I don't like that. I thought I was going to get to see some scenery. That's a little disappointing, I'd say.
I'll help you.
Okay, well, let's grab these terminals. I'm actually going to level pretty soon just from exploring, probably. It's almost as if they've taken a little bit more advantage of depth of field around here. Or at least it seems that way. Alright, so we've got our vehicle points. Can hear some seismic disturbances in the distance, it sounds like. Not sure. Gorgeous, though. This is a really cool planet. Alright, let's see what these guys have to say.
Shayla Mavesta sent us. You're in charge here?
Reinforcements. We're saved. Prosk! Havoc Squad's here!
Speak up, Lane. Not sure the whole Mesa heard you. My name's Prosk, in case Slick here didn't enunciate clearly. Kid's an accountant. Barely knows which way to point a blaster. Can't say I'm much better. Used to be a mining foreman. We've set up barricades, but they're not doing much against the regulators. What's the plan, boss?
What are we up against here? Have you seen the regulator forces?
There's a lot of them. They're mean and well-armed. We didn't introduce ourselves. Scouts report regulators headed this way. Big group.
Everyone's manning a barricade. Find one and dig in.
Guy seems a little unsure of himself. What do we got? Is this going to be like a wave thing? Alright, we've got some barricades up here. Issuing orders. Let him have it. Let's see if I can range out there. I want to go back on this target. Alright, well, let's go loot these guys. Not too bad. Gotta make sure I've got... Yeah, my buff's still up. We're good to go in that department. I've got a stim I could use just in case. But I don't think this will get too hairy.
The regulators didn't stand a chance against Havoc Squad, Major.
I'll drink to that, Slick. Those mercs will think twice about hitting us again. We owe you one.
Knowing your people had my back made things a lot easier. You've got a solid team.
Solid might be generous, but we're doing our best, Major. Shalem sent you to find Lambda, right? Bring back his whatever niece in her research. We haven't had much luck there.
Her campsite was ransacked. The regulators must have already captured her and confiscated all the research data. Shalem's right. She found something important.
She might have escaped on foot before the mercenaries hit her camp.
Maybe. But then why hasn't she contacted us for help?
Scanners indicate no one except you has landed on or left the mesa since the regulators came. That means she's still here. Probably at one of their camps.
Great. There's half a dozen camps and no way to pinpoint which one she's at. Have to keep hitting them until she turns up.
How big and well defended are those mercenary camps? I'm guessing our enemies aren't sitting around roasting brawbelos and singing.
All we know is the regulators dropped a whole mess of men here with who knows what firepower. A few of our search parties never made it back. You find any other prisoners, send them here.
Someone here might know how to slice the regulators' comm frequency and find out what they're doing. Ask around, Prosk.
Slick takes charge with his big brain. On it, boss.
We'll hold this landing zone as long as it takes. Good luck.
Okay. How come I'm not roasting Barbelo? Let's see what else we got here. We got another quest here, perhaps. From what I've heard, most of the questing here is strictly main class, very story-driven. Not too many side quests, which is nice because sometimes the missions or quests within the regular campaign, if you will, got kind of out of hand, and you'd almost feel overwhelmed with a bunch of rubbish quests that just weren't that fun. But let's see what you have to say.
Don't take off. I repeat, do not take off. Anti-aircraft cannons are still active.
No choice, place is tearing apart. If we don't leave now, we might never get to. All clear. Heading to 070 for rendezvous with...
It's probably bad.
Banlin, come in. Banlin, please come in.
If you've got any search and rescue teams available, let's get them moving.
It's no use. They'd just get shot down too. That's the 5th transport the regulator mercenaries have shot down. Must be 60, 70 people they've killed in the last hour. We've sent dozens of volunteers to take down the anti-aircraft guns. But the mercenaries, there's just too many of them. It'd take an army.
You don't need an army. You just need me.
You're serious? All right. If you're sure, let's see what we can do. These are the coordinates to the regulator's base. They have it guarded like a fortress. Please, please be careful. And if you manage to destroy the anti-aircraft guns, just be sure you make it back in one piece. Good luck.
I know you guys all wanted me to flirt. I know it. Admit it. But I have a Lara here. Couldn't make her jealous. But let's see if we can get that taken care of. Kind of a side mission there, but that's fine as long as it's nothing too out of the way. Alright, so search and rescue, capture. Okay, that's the main, and then this is... Alright, so let's see if we can head out to that. Objective. My mini-map is... These guys are holding the line here. What's that? Just a speeder hanging out. Alright. Again, keep in mind that while I'm doing this, I am admiring the scenery. I generally don't like to rush through these types of games. Because to me, it's an MMO campaign, you know? It's a really nice campaign that you can have a lot of fun with and treat it like a single-player RPG, and that's how I've always handled it, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoyed my time within it. It's just that my story got really stale originally, and it kind of turned me off. So from here, it looks like, is this the only route in? Are there any other entry points that we could look at? I'm gonna go up here and see what we can look at. I don't have the new binoculars yet. I have to figure out how to get them. Scenic route, some recon from here. Nice view of everything. Great looking planet. I mean, I suppose the color palette is typical, but still cool. Alright. So we're gonna head out this way. And incoming. Switch over to him. I still really haven't bound many of my keys to specific shortcuts yet. I probably should. I keep saying that, but procrastinating a little bit here. Some commendations, those will come in handy. Oh, he didn't last long. I wonder if he was hostile. I feel kind of bad for killing that droid. Although if he was going to attack me, well, you know, not a fan of that. Let's see, what do we got? Turret here. I'm gonna throw my plasma grenade. Why not? And you will set on fire. And we'll do that too. That turret's kind of beefy. Try to remove some of its armor there. Stop hurting me! Alright, this thing kind of stings a bit. Thankfully, I've got Elara Dorn here to back me up. And we have cargo shipment. Want double security on every cargo shipment. We run out. Frin from here on. Been seeing a lot of our hardware ending up in locals' hands, and that's unacceptable. Keep those weapons locked down. Cover weapons shipments. Close-up group here. Nothing fancy, I don't think. You can't run from my lasers. Now, it's funny because when I first started playing this game, I started out with the Jedi, and I had a Trooper as an alt, and I would pretty much just play the Trooper when my friends weren't around, so that we could try to level together. And I just ended up enjoying the Trooper so much more. I don't know. I thought, oh, you know, I gotta have a Jedi, and that's pretty much what everybody's thought process probably was. Because let's face it, how can you not have a Jedi or a Sith in a Star Wars game, right? And I don't know, it's just something about it. It was a lot of fun. I was really enjoying the storyline and the whole military theme behind it. And it's great. And I have to say, it's nice that they've made a game where, you know, Jedis and Sith aren't the only classes. And it's nice to see that I'm not the only one that thinks that way, because from what I can tell, a lot of the other classes are just as popular. See, I see these containers all over the place, so we'll just go through them. Another one of those turrets that I could probably avoid in general, although I keep an eye out because we got quite a few things here. He's level 51. I'm almost ready to level up here. So let's see if we can grab a quick level. I love having all this firepower. Healer comes in handy too to back you up. Originally I was a... originally I had gone healing spec, but that was when I had a lot more friends playing the game and it would come in handy. This time around I decided to just go DPS. And I've got this guy patrolling around here. Three of 8. And we are 51. Oh. Oh, hey, turret. Didn't see you there. How you doing? Decided to stop for a little bit, but now. I should probably also work on a good rotation. But, again, for me, MMOs are a casual affair, as are most games these days, actually. I just like to have fun. I really don't care about trying to master the ultimate, you know, rotation or spec. It just doesn't concern me that much. Is there anything over there? No, not really. Some people get really obsessed over the numbers in these games, and for me, it's just that's just not the way I am about it. I really don't like getting into the mathematics. Take that guy out first. I want to run into the patrol behind me as well, but... Ow, stop punching me! Get out of here. It's kind of funny dealing with a challenge again. Are you hostile? No, you weren't. I killed your friend for nothing last time. My bad. Alright. Okay. There's a couple more things over there that we can use. Or get, I should say. Uh-oh. I think something's glitched out. Alara, what are you doing? I think this was considered... Yeah, supposedly that was attacking us. Hmm. What's that noise? I keep hearing, like... rock crumbling every time I'm moving. Alright, I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna try to... Oh, maybe I have... What is this? Oil soaked. That's why. Resistance to fire damage reduced. Alright. I knew something sounded strange. Oh, you know, don't I have... What do I have? What is it? Hold the line. Diversion. I guess that doesn't work. Alright, maybe it did. Whatever. I keep forgetting half of my abilities. You have to realize it's also been months since I've played this character. I was also considering originally creating a Vanguard, but it was the thought process of, you know, do I want to be some sort of range tank? And I really didn't. I don't like tanking at all in games. So this thing here, I guess this isn't working. Turret up to 2 negative tech or physical effects. What is this considered? Resistance to fire damage, reduce fire attacks. Now I have a 100% chance to set you on fire. I guess it's not considered a tech or physical effect. What else I've got? I've got my medical probes here that just do healing. But I don't really worry too much about healing when I've got Alara with me. 6 of 8 on that. You know, some of these fetch quests, obviously they're fairly lame, but you know, what are you gonna do? You know what, actually what I'm gonna do, set you guys on fire first and throw this out. Toss a frag. And that works too, because I think ideally that's how you got to take care of threats with the Trooper. You have a lot of abilities that are AoEs and things that will knock people down, stun them. So they didn't get to fire a shot on me there, and that was actually really nice. Alright, what else? Do we see any more containers around here that may have repopped? It's those guys over there. Quite a few here. Let's try to maybe light him up. Oh. Beating up on Alara. Sit down. So satisfying. I know I've got a talent point that I need to use, but I have to think about what direction I'm going into, read up on the forums a little bit more. I forget, I've gone up this route. I'll put it later. I don't really need it right now. I want to take a look at some tech tree ideas on the forums. Alright, so we've got that. Defeat regulator forces 3440. Stay away from those turrets. Deal with these guys. Let's see. Have a seat, gentlemen. Okay. We need to go up on that platform, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's take some of these guys out of the way, perhaps, first, though. So satisfying. That looked like it hurt. I think that might be taking care of some of the issues. We're still considered under attack, though, until I take out that droid. I probably wouldn't necessarily want to stand next to a generator while I'm trying to blow it up. It's still blinking, though. Let's grab these guys here. Well, he's got... Alright, we can probably take care of him. I have to get a little close here. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Actually, let's see if... Oh, I wanted to knock him off the cliff. Didn't work. I love doing that. That's the best thing, is when you just knock them off bridges and things like that. Stop punching me. I love that. Never gets old. Never, ever. I'm telling you, Trooper's fantastic. I mean, I love the class. It's a lot of fun. You know, regardless of storyline, it's fun to play. Alright, we've got a couple of these gents here. Is that my... I don't see anything blinking here. Trying to figure out if I even... Oh, there's nothing to interact with there, is there? Let's try regulator generators. All these little bonus things are popping up, though. I wonder if this is repopped. Oh, we can do this one again. Yeah, I mean, some of these quests, they get kind of stale, you know, with the side quest stuff, the bonus missions that I've always hated. They try to trap you into doing more things. Let's see. You're gonna have a bad day, Chief. Oh, I don't want to use that. Destroying generators, point blank. So our next target, this guy. Kind of large and in charge. We'll take his friend out first, though. Alright, we'll see how this goes, because he's some form of elite. Might be a little difficult, actually.
This will help.
Throw some grav rounds at him. Keep healing, Alara. I've got my shield that I can use if I need to as well. Yeah, I might need to throw that on for a little bit just in case. I haven't really been needing to use it too much. I've got heals that I can use. I've got a couple of med packs as well, but I'm keeping an eye on my health and knowing that I don't really need to use them. Although there are times where you're playing an MMO and you're saving your long cooldown items for some, you know, big event, and it turns out that you probably should have just used it earlier. 4 of 5. Repop? No. Should probably stop blinking. trying to figure out where is this. Maybe it is up there. Well, let's take this one out while we're over here. I feel like maybe it's up here. How do I get back over? Come up and around, perhaps? Yeah, I think I see something blinking over there. If I can go through here. Hey, guys. Hi. Oh, another big boy. Darn it, I was gonna try this. Back off. I'm trying to figure out, they changed something with this grav round in the patch. I have to read up on it a little bit more, though.
I'll help you.
That's not what I want to do. This guy's busting me up. Come on, we got him before I end up cooking here. Barbecue. Heal up before I end up spawning some other master boss.
Red team, come in. This is Vice Commandant Brevin. We've scanned heavy fire in your zone. Status report.
That's a real fancy title, Grevin. Did you make it up yourself?
I command regulator forces on this whole hemisphere. You've got two choices. Surrender now or die. You're outnumbered by troops who have run ops in 30 systems. Our victory rate is 100%. You got lucky this time. It won't happen again.
Well, are you special? Guess they don't know who they're dealing with. Alright, let's go back through here. And there's a couple of extra bonus things that I need to deal with. Obtain emergency signal code cylinder. I don't know if it's actually an object that's placed somewhere or if it's one of those things that you have to kill people and it drops, which quite frankly is kind of a pain. I hate bonus quests. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be too many of them here. Because I don't see any objects per se. I have a feeling it's one of those things where you gotta kill people. Alright, well, that sounds kind of boring, so I don't think I'll film too much more of this. I think we've completed our main objective for now. This is actually what? We're over 45 minutes here, so that's been interesting. Haven't made a super long video in quite some time. But hopefully you've enjoyed this look at Star Wars The Old Republic. I am enjoying the title once again, and it is, of course, free to play. You do need to purchase Rise of the Hutt Cartel to get access to this planet, but other than that, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm hearing good things about it, and that it's been a lot more improved in regards to planet creation compared to some of the old ones. But just doing a little bit of sightseeing here while we log off, and Once again, as always, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you on the next one.